In August of 1947, a wave of sheer euphoria washed over the Indian subcontinent. After decades of bloodshed and sacrifice, the vision of the freedom fighters was finally realized. India was free. The foreign overlords formally stepped down from their pedestals. Physical, colonial rule by the British Empire over the subcontinent had reached its end, and the tricolor rose, standing as a permanent symbol of national pride and hard-won sovereignty. But consider a thought experiment. Imagine pulling a martyr like Bhagat Singh out of history and dropping him into the year 2026. If he looked at the society we built, what would he see? The foreign military uniforms are gone, but the power dynamic remains. A ruling class still demands absolute submission from a serving class, exactly as it did a century ago. This is the era of the Kale Angres, the brown imperialists. These local figures adopted the exact oppressive behaviors of the colonizers they replaced, seamlessly maintaining the structures of extraction and entitlement. The removal of the British administration left the machinery of state power intact. Because a new class of local leaders inherited these same systems of control, the promise of liberation became a change of management rather than a true birth of freedom. The first pillar of this modern oppression is everyday bureaucracy. Ordinary citizens are forced to pay off authorities, like the police, just to exist and go about their lives without harassment. This systemic corruption is protected by a VIP culture, where public servants no longer represent us. Instead, they move through the world with the untouchable entitlement of feudal kings. You see the consequences of this hierarchy on the streets. Entire roads are barricaded, trapping ambulances in deadlocked traffic so a politician's motorcade can pass. In these moments, the state reveals its priorities. It actively values the mild convenience of a new elite over the actual survival of the common taxpayer. The revolutionaries of the 1920s sacrificed their lives to dismantle this exact hierarchy of human worth. They marched into gunfire to ensure no citizen would ever be treated as disposable. An institution that demands daily tribute and sacrifices citizens for the convenience of its leaders is not a democracy. It is an extortion racket. The second pillar relies on social division. Instead of being eradicated, caste identity is still proudly weaponized and flaunted on vehicles today. While the elite boast about their lineage, the legal system fails to protect the vulnerable. We see this in the recurring tragedies of violent crimes and sexual assaults that occur with terrifying regularity. Everyday citizens are left with zero recourse, reduced to holding candlelight vigils and practically begging for the most basic applications of justice. The justice system operates as a two-tiered funnel. For average people, it's a convoluted maze. For the wealthy, it is a straight line to immunity. Fueled by bribery, they bypass the law entirely, seamlessly fleeing overseas before consequences can touch them. When legal immunity can be purchased with a plane ticket, the law no longer exists to uphold morality. It exists to control the poor. Historically, the solution to this level of state rot has been the mobilization of the youth, the demographic that has driven every major revolution in this nation's history. But today's generation is pacified by a different weapon. Revolutionary energy is being absorbed by the endless scrolling of short-form entertainment and dance reels. There is a stark contrast between our collapsing civic reality and the artificial, low-stakes digital bubble the youth are willingly trapped inside. Martyrs like Bhagat Singh would look at a generation sedated by their screens, while the nation decays, and feel a state of profound, crushing disappointment. Truly honoring the freedom fighters requires an immediate vow to reject everyday corruption, erase social divisions, and break this digital apathy. Freedom is an active, daily battle against complacency. Weaponize your digital tools right now, today. Share this video to spark a modern awakening, turning this distraction into a tool for change.